Welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. My channel, well, it's all about crochet. Sometimes I talk about yarn. Sometimes I talk about fun things happening in the yarny community. You never know what's going to be talked about around here. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming back, spending a little bit of your Monday with me. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. Productive. Got some things done. I'm excited. Something off the books. Got some yard work done. And now it's the week of prep. Pulled the motorhome up, cleaning it out. The kids slept in it the last time they were here over spring break. So it just needs a dusting and the bed changed. And if anybody who has an RV and has ever tried to change a bed in an RV that doesn't have a way to walk around it, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be a workout, and it's going to be like 110 in the shade today here. So I got my work cut out for me this afternoon. And now we just start the process of packing up to be gone for 20 days. Plus all the other things you have to do, while you're still living, all the things have to get done. So I've got a busy week, but I'm really looking forward to it. We leave next Tuesday, and I'm going to take you guys along on our journey. We're staying at a couple of really cool farms. We stay with Harvest Toast on the way. And if you're not an RVer, you're like, what? Harvest Toast is people who have farms or wineries or museums or churches. We, as the RVer, we pay a membership fee, and then they allow us to stay on their property for overnight. So we don't have to check into a campground. We're just traveling. We're going from point A to point B. So we just need a place to rest overnight that's safe. Some places, like the first farm that we're going to, they give you farm tours and they have a little store. So as a thank you, you purchase something from their store. Museums, you go in and see their museum, or you give them a free will offering. It's all just depending on, we've stayed at a couple of churches and left money for churches. It's just a safe place to stay while you're traveling. And we just love that service. So we're staying at a couple of Harvest Hosts, a couple of state parks, and really looking forward to this trip. So crochet today. I finished the Ruana, and before I show it to you, I'm going to tell you, if you are looking for a Ruana pattern, skip this one. I'm not happy with it. Well, let me show you how. Once you get the panels done, that's it. They just say sew it together. And it makes no sense because you have a flat edge and a scalloped edge. There's no way where they tell you to flatten out the scalloped edge. So you're showing a scalloped edge to a flat edge, and it just, I don't know. There's some typos. But the all right, here's one of the panels, and it's beautiful. Look at that beautiful fade, the light pink to the dark pink. It's very pretty. I love this yarn. This is Knit Crate yarn, and it's a 4-weight merino wool. So you make 2 of these panels, and then you sew this panel in between. And this is like a braided section, and the braided section is my favorite part of this whole thing. I think that turned out gorgeous. But and I added 3 sections of the wave pattern. So I added 2 sections of the braided pattern, and it's not half and half. So yeah, I probably should have added another braided section, but it's still, it's not for me. this is the, obviously this is the inside. I'm going to pop some pictures here on my mannequin I took outside this morning because I already sent this to Judy. This is not for a big fluffy girl. This is for a smaller girl. This is for somebody who's a small. It would work for them, but I don't like this section, how it flares out. Because that's in one of the curves. So it's not straight. Just I love the braided section. I love that I now am comfortable doing this, like, I don't know, an S braid. I don't know what they call that braid. It's really, really pretty from behind, right? So pretty. I'm just really disappointed. I'm disappointed in the pattern itself. It didn't, like I said, there was a glaring typo in the braided section, and there's no direction on how to sew this together. And because it's now making this section pull apart because it's in the dip. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like I said, this obviously isn't made for someone my size. So this is a small, someone who is small. So what my plan with this is, because it is such a beautiful color and such gorgeous merino wool yarn, I'm thinking about donating this to Billy for her Christmas in July auction for BOGGY. And then maybe somebody who's a size small can get some use out of it. I am going to block it because the ends are curling down here. See how these ends are curling? So I'm going to block it so that it stays out flat. And then I'm going to block it so that the lace is a little more, it's a little more lacy-er, but I won't get it blocked until I get back from vacation. And once I do that, I'll show it to you again. But I did want to show you that I did get this finished, and the pictures have been sent to Judy. So I got the May mal done. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Judy's Creations in Crochet. Every month she does a crochet along mal. A mal, not a crochet along, because you can do whatever you want. Knit, weave, anything fiber arts. She gives us a picture of a butterfly, and we take inspiration from that and make something. And when I saw the pink, I knew I wanted to use that pink yarn that I had from Knit Crate. I've been sitting up there forever and ever, but I have a lot left over. So I might make something else with that pink because it's so beautiful. And this is in this drawstring bag that Nancy gave me for Christmas. It is a Sassy Sacks, and I love this bag. So I will put this yarn in my scrap bin, and I'll be making something else with it. Probably something pretty soon. Maybe I think I probably have enough to make a small little cardigan for my youngest granddaughter, Olivia. The hook I used, you guys, is another one of the furls type dupes from Temu. And it was this one. And this is a 5.5 millimeter. With this wood handle and the metal shaft. It came in this pouch. And you got all of these. So you have a 3, a 3.5, a 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and then a 6. These are very, very similar. Nope, that's not what I want. I don't have a set like this from one of the other manufacturers, but it's the same style, that ergonomic style, from these. Where did it go? It's here somewhere. It's that same but this one is like a million times lighter and a million times thinner. You can see the difference. But these were another alternative for a ergonomic, long-handled on Temu. Now, again, guys, I'm not affiliated with them, but if you are afraid of these big metal ones, you think they're too big, too clunky, they do have this option, which is this wooden handled one that is way lighter and less of a bulk in your hand, but still enough of an ergonomic, long-handled hook to hang on to. So I think it did okay. I didn't have any problems with it. I'm still 100% stuck on these. These are my favorites so far. But these are a close second. I think these are going to become my travel buddies. I'm going to throw these in the motorhome and keep them out there because these are pretty much the hook sizes that I use, a 3 to a 6 anymore. Every once in a blue moon, I might go a little bit bigger if I'm using a 5-weight yarn. But lately, I haven't been using anything above a DK weight. Well, except for that. And that was a stretch for me. So these are going to become my travel crochet hooks out in the motorhome. That way I always have a set out there that I know works. It is comfortable in my hands, and then I will always have them. This pouch, however, it's not very practical. So I might put it in one of these. I have this. I might throw it in this one. I have stuff everywhere, you guys. I crochet, but my favorite hobby is collecting yarn. Ain't that the truth, right? So I think I'm going to throw that in here. There. Now that will become my travel pouch. So anyway, so like I said, that is done. I am still working on my hawthorn tea. Feels like I'm never going to get done. It seems like no matter how many times I go around, it's just not growing as fast as I thought it should. But I'm going to keep going on it. This is going to be like my project for the week. Because like I said, I've got a lot to do outside. I've got so much stuff to do to get ready to go. Saturday and Sunday, I caught up all the laundry. Laundry's done. So now I just got to figure out what kind of weather we're going to have. So I'm packing for 3 seasons. I am packing for summer, spring, and fall because you just never know. So you got to dig out the warmer clothes. You got to dig out the colder clothes. And then I think on Friday, I will decide what projects are going with me because I want to make sure that I have, I'm going to have some downtime, and I will definitely have some crochet time. But I don't want to take anything that takes too much concentration. I want to be able to mindless crochet while visiting or sitting outside at the dunes or down at the beach. Hopefully the weather will be nice enough that one night I can go down to the beach and live stream the sunset from Lake Michigan. I think that'd be fun. And we've got nature trails and all kinds of things out there. It's going to be great. And I'll be filming from the different farms that we're stopping at. So I'm going to take you guys along on my adventure. So Friday, we'll pick out some projects to take with us along the way. So we'll do that. So anyway, like I said, busy week up ahead. I do have the pattern for the Ruana listed in my description box below, but honestly, you guys, I do not recommend it. There's just a lot of problems with it for a paid pattern as far as I'm concerned. Now, if you have made this pattern and you like it and it worked out for you, I'm so thrilled for you. But for me, just didn't come out how I expected it to. So I'm giving this one a thumbs down or a 1 out of 10 or however you want to say it. It just wasn't for me. The yarn is a 10 out of 10. I love that Knit Crate yarn. I still have a bunch of the green left, and I have enough pink left over, so I'll be using it again. You will be seeing that yarn again because it did turn out really, really nice. So with that, you guys, I'm going to let you get back to your Monday. Take some time for yourself, you guys. I know it's a busy week. We got Memorial Day weekend coming up. Everybody's got stuff to do, but take a few minutes for yourself and give yourself a few minutes to breathe. It's going to be okay. Remember, be kind to yourself, but above all, be kind to everyone, and we will see you tomorrow for Tunisian Tuesday. Have a good one. A lot about